I don't know what I just dropped, but what's up, guys? We are Past the Pop Culture. My name is Ricky with my co-host here, Mrphen.
Yo.
And today we got a lot to talk about, a lot of interesting stuff that's kind of happened. But first things first, Dave Bautista. Okay, so we were talking about Gears of War, right? Netflix is making a Gears of War movie. Mm-hmm. If you want to hear us talk about that, I believe that was last week, right?
I think yeah.
So you can go watch that one, come back to this one. But we touch on it kind of briefly. So anyways, Dave Bautista basically came out and was like, I want to play it. Like if you're on Twitter, you can just go on there, just look him up. He's fully kitted out. He's got his picture there and he's like, I can't make it any easier for you guys. Like that's verbatim what he said. He's like, I can't make it easier for you guys. Just pick me. He even turned down a role in Fast and the Furious to play the main character. So he's gambled on this and he wants to do it. Will Netflix do it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, they'd be really, really, really stupid if they don't, because he's literally like, look, again, I'm in the costume. You can even use this as costume, sure, because it's like pretty spot on. You know, just add in like the visual effects, whatever, and then it's like, boom. He literally looks like the main character. And it's like, if they don't...
It's the thick neck.
Yeah. Maybe that's... And
it's the Chad chin with the thick neck, because they all have
because he has like the same, like the 5 o'clock shadow of the main character. It's like, it's really weird how, you know, identical he looks, but...
He's built like them.
Yeah. He is the gear, you know? I don't remember his name, but he is like that guy.
Man, yeah, but... Because, and we were just talking about this before we started filming, is that, and we briefly touched upon it, was like, Netflix has kind of been done with their adaptations. Well, that's nothing new. But especially, like, recently with Henry Cavill leaving The Witcher. And so... There was some problems there with, you know, lore accuracy wise and stuff people were complaining about. So, of course, I don't think Netflix wants to deal with another Henry Cavill where he's going to be like making sure that they get things done right. Because Netflix, right, and same thing just with anything else. They just want to do it their own way for whatever reason.
Which is stupid.
I don't know if it's incompetence or arrogance. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason... They just never really want to stick with it, if that makes sense. They'll just start, I mean, like Resident Evil, a lot of people were like, what the heck was that? I didn't watch that for the sake of my sanity.
I wanted to, but after, like, when people were saying, no, this is, like, absolute trash and, like, has nothing to do with anything, I was like, all right, I'm not going to.
Yeah, so,
surprise.
I would be very surprised if they actually bring him on. I don't know. I mean... It would be a great marketing move, I think, to bring him on, because like whatever he does, like people, he kind of almost has like a little mini cult following of like
it'll get money just because he's on there, right? So
like people will want to watch it, yeah. I don't know. Netflix has just been weird, man. Ever since forever, I guess. But I can't really remember when they've. I can't remember a good solid adaptation. You know, I mean, because what they've
Netflix?
On Netflix. I mean, they've done like little originals here and there, but like adaptations, I don't really see them like they're not like true adaptations. They always sprinkle their little weird stuff into it, just because they make weird decisions and stuff. Because remember, Netflix was supposed to make Avatar.
Yeah, the live action one, right?
Yeah, and then. The original creators, I believe they left. Someone's going to have to fact check me, so do so in the comments. But I believe they left a while back, or they were having problems with Netflix or something like that. I remember way long ago, there were some problems there. Avatar: The Last Airbender, of course. You know, James Cameron's not going to be... I don't think James Cameron would just be working with Netflix like that. I think he's got a little more dignity than that.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, so I don't know. It seems like there's always like problems. I mean, like what it was, Death Note was bad. I heard they did that Full Metal Alchemist one. I didn't watch it, but I heard it was just kind of like,
It was all right. It wasn't good.
The only one that they did good was the Cyberpunk one, and I actually haven't seen that. I just haven't been watching anything. Was the Cyberpunk?
That one is actually pretty good.
And then what was it? The League one that they did?
Oh, Arcane.
Yeah, so like those ones, but their animated stuff's been decent, but just
those don't count. Real life.
Live action.
Because like the only thing that is somewhat good was season 1 of The Witcher, but now they just
Yeah.
If you watch season 2, you know what I'm talking about, because that was just. I think I've never seen a show where you watch the whole season, you're just like, wait, what? And so with The Witcher, because I played the games, or whatever.
Yeah.
And after season 2, I was just like, what? Huh? And then now Henry Cavill's leaving.
Yes.
Yeah. And now he's leaving. It's like, well,
and then that's why we couldn't see his face, because he accidentally sold the rights to his face.
Yeah.
Likelihood.
I don't. It's just
So it was a lot of just messed up stuff, but The Rock fixed it. So all hail The Rock.
Yes. Praise his feet. Yes.
Yes. So.
I don't know why I said that.
Yeah. But yeah, I hope he does come on for the ride. I think it'd be very interesting. But the thing is with Dave, he's been very outspoken on a lot of the stuff that he works on. So I don't know if they're gonna want to do that. But
was he in the Netflix movie Army? What is it with? Oh my gosh, with Zack Snyder, the zombie movie in Vegas. Wasn't that him? Or am I tripping?
I don't know. I don't know which one you're referring to. So
we all saw it. It was like actually decent. Is where they try to rob the casino. Oh my gosh. Something of the Dead. Somebody has to like tell me this, because it's gonna
not
bother
Shaun
me.
of the Dead.
Not Shaun of the Dead. I'm like thinking like
not
Army of the Dead. Zack Snyder made it. He has a daughter in it.
Dude, I watched it with you.
We all saw it.
Not the vampire one with Jamie Foxx.
No, not that one. Oh
okay, you're gonna have to look that
up. They
up.
also did a spinoff, and that was a good movie. Keep talking.
Not Zombieland 2 or
no.
You know what would be interesting? I don't know. I just thought about was like a Left 4 Dead movie.
That actually, I wouldn't be against that, but how do you like incorporate a wave simulator? I guess this could be like World War Z, right?
Yeah, that's basically like just wave after wave. Okay, well, anyways, so I'll talk about the next thing. So essentially,
Yeah.
Oh, you found it?
Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead.
It is Dave Bautista. Yeah, you've seen this.
I don't know. Doesn't ring a bell. I watched it with you.
I'm pretty sure you watched it with me.
I only watched the vampire one with you, but I don't remember watching that one.
I don't know. Netflix is just a blur at this point.
Anyway, so we're gonna transition into Marvel real quick. Or actually, you know what? We'll just talk about everything else and then talk about Marvel.
Yeah, let's leave the Marvel hating for later.
Yeah. So that we get you guys to listen and then not leave right now.
That's right.
So, okay, so we'll talk about the Xbox Game Pass really quick since we are talking about Xbox games.
Yeah, Microsoft.
Yeah. Okay, so
Beautiful.
November 15th. Okay, so a bunch of games are coming to Xbox Game Pass. Little news right now that we're going to give out really quick. So there's 3 games coming: Vampire Survivor, Somerville, and Pentiment? Yeah. November 17th, we're going to have Dune Spice Wars, which I am interested in playing. I might pick up...
I weirdly enough, I just thought about it right now. Yesterday, I was thinking about Dune, and I was like, we never tried that game, did we?
Yeah, no, we never tried it.
And I was actually going to bring it up to everybody in Discord and be like, hey, should we like buy this game to try it? But thank God I didn't.
Yeah, I know, because I saw it on Steam, and I was like, oh,
Okay.
man, maybe. I've been wanting to pick it up. Ghost Lore, Napin, and Norco are the other games coming through. November 22nd, we have Gungrave Gore.
I don't think I've ever heard that
But November 29th, they have Insurgency Sandstorm and Soccer Story. So Insurgency Sandstorm... What a way to like Soccer Story and Insurgency. One about like terrorism and the other one,
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
someone's laughing now.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, I played the original Insurgency, the Insurgency that they released that came out like years ago, because I think it was originally like a mod, so not the original one. I believe it was a mod.
Okay, I never did that.
I can't remember for what game, but then they made their own like standalone thing. And I may be wrong because it's been a long time since I played it, but I played Insurgency for like a while, and I did enjoy that. It's more kind of like a realistic tactical shooter kind of thing. I bought Sandstorm a while back. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it as the first one. I mean, there's a lot of good things. Like I think just graphically, big step up because the first one came out like a long time
Probably
ago.
early 2000s.
Yeah, so yeah, probably around the 2010s. I would say probably like early 2010s if I had to guess. I can't remember. I would just play on my little laptop that I had, if you remember that. That's what I had. So
play is an overstatement.
so anyways, yeah, that I enjoyed it. Sandstorm, not as much. Still a good game, and I picked it up here and there every now and then, but I don't know. But we might play that.
I don't think I've ever tried it, right?
Yeah, no.
What was the one you had me try?
I had you play Day of Infamy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that one was Day of Infamy, which was a mod for that, and then they made it a standalone thing.
That's a weird. Okay, is that a trend for these kind of games?
I think so. I think originally they were just gonna make it a little mod, and then it kind of grew, and then they made it to a full game. Like it was just like an add-on thing,
right.
and then within that Day of Infamy, man, they had like there was one last hurrah for that. They had a World War I version of it, and that was of course a mod. And then I played that. Dude, that was so good when that came out, the World War I. I wish I still like. Maybe like 2 years ago, I went on and it's just like one or two people and they're just playing with bots. And I'm just like, man, I remember, dude, that game would go crazy. Day of Infamy, dude. I played so many hours. I probably have like over 100 hours on that. Like
100 hours?
Yeah, dude. I played that so much. And I was literally looking at today because I just went and like purged like my Steam library because I was like, I'm playing too many video games, the same thing. So I just like purged all of them. So I was like, and then I saw that on there because it's like in my library, and I was like, dang, I had like 129 hours or something like that. But yeah, I was definitely in the triple digits. So that was rest in peace, man.
Interesting. And then this one's coming out.
Yeah. So anyways, last thing, November 30th, Warhammer.
40,000.
Yeah.
I don't think I've. If this is the new one, a lot of people liked it, so I might be interested. If it's the new one, I don't remember the new one, nor have I played any Warhammers. So sacrilege, I know. I'm sorry.
I know. I've always been wanting to try them, but I don't know, dude. That's why
I used to get the little figurines from like
yeah,
like the collectible store or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love those.
Yeah, that's why I decided to purge like my set because I would just keep playing my strategy games too much, and I was like, I need to finish my other games that I bought. I have too many hours in this stuff. I need to like finish the games that I bought, and yeah, I think Dune.
I'm pretty hyped for Dune.
It's a 4X game. I'm really just playing the same thing again. But I would like to play Insurgency Sandstorm again. I think that would be very interesting to have all of us play.
We'll do that on stream.
I can just imagine Angel screaming already. So that'll be a fun time.
Maybe not then.
Some games are going. I believe those are the ones right there, right? Yeah. So by November 30th, Arkvale, Deer Simulator, Final Fantasy, what is that? 13-2?
Wait, is that a typo? Deer
No, I think
Simulator?
that's the actual game. I think Final Fantasy, yeah, whatever. -2, you guys know. Mind Scanners, Mortal Shell. Oh, so that was on there? Mortal Shell. That was the one where everyone was kind of hyped, and it was like,
well, there was a bug
like,
because we talked about that a long time ago with the bug where it literally just breaks your game and you can't do it because like the main mechanic, and then it just breaks. I'm at the November 30th. Shoot, pause this podcast.
We're gonna have to rush through that. Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator. I wanted to try that, but I just never did it. Undungeon and Warhammer 40,000. Battle Sector. So they're kind of just swapping those out, it seems like.
Makes
so
sense.
yeah, so those games are all going out. So play them while you can. Next thing, I guess, what do you want to talk about? We got Phil.
Good old Phil Spencer's back.
I could have sworn we talked about this already, but
we did, but it wasn't from like his own lips, I guess. It was just somebody saying, no, I was like, no, Phil said this. But now, in terms of the Activision stuff, because it was all about like, oh, Microsoft is stealing Call of Duty. Sony's screwed. Sony's not going to have it. And Phil's like, no, it's not true. But like the TLDR is Phil Spencer just wants Activision for Candy Crush.
Supposedly.
Because mobile gaming is like a multi-billion-dollar.
They don't have anything in mobile gaming.
Yeah,
so
Microsoft,
they're like,
yeah.
well, might as well just buy the whole thing.
Remember the Microsoft phones? Me neither.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot about those. I was kind of tempted on getting one at one point because but then it was like, what was it? It was like Windows 8 or whatever it was they had on there, and I was like, ugh, and I was like,
I did
no,
too
thank
because
you.
like that's cool, like a mini computer in your pocket, and then it's like Windows 8, and it's like,
literally, if they just would have waited maybe till like Windows 10.
yeah. I mean, Windows 7 would have been fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say Windows 7.
Like, come on, now, guys.
Windows like Windows 98 or like 96 or something, and
Windows
then
98 was actually pretty.
so get the MS DOS like yeah. Anyway, so there's another article under this one that it was talking about how Phil saying that he can't really commit to having Call of Duty on PlayStation, and that they're gonna have to kind of duke it out to see what's gonna happen there. So again, PC Master Race and Xbox
Sony,
winning, I guess.
Yeah, if Sony loses Call of Duty, that's actually really, really bad.
Yeah, because that's a console seller.
Yeah.
If you were to be like, oh, no more Call of Duty on that, that's unfortunately for
That's
you.
like the equivalent of saying no more Halo on Xbox, essentially.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is.
Sony, if they want to stay competitive, I don't really know what they can really do in terms of like getting into PC, because I don't want to tell them to really get into PC because I think their strength relies in the console, making the console exclusives, but they're definitely going to have to start, punching.
More than punching, like punching and kicking and
Screaming and yelling, because like the thing is with Microsoft, they will outspend Sony any day. So the thing is, like, they'll never be able to just. Sony's acquired a lot of stuff, but they'll never just like, because I mean, Microsoft can just throw money anywhere.
But see, like, I don't think Microsoft will ever be like Sony unless Sony stops. But Sony still pumps out really good like PlayStation only.
Well, I mean, like we just had God of War, right?
Yeah.
And so everyone's enjoying that.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of prestige to their exclusives.
Exactly.
So as long as they keep that, they can keep selling systems. The problem is like, well, Nintendo does the same thing too. They have their own exclusives, right? And so you don't want them to kind of fall. I don't want to say Nintendo fell behind, but they fell behind, I mean, it honestly, like with the Switch, right? Because we had the Steam Deck come out.
Yeah.
If Nintendo didn't have like their own exclusives and essentially like game ecosystem that they have now, the Steam Deck would just slap them in the face.
Yeah. That's true. 100%. Yeah. Because you could do everything on that thing.
Yeah.
Literally.
You can emulation, just playing almost the entirety of the Steam library on that thing. So like it just kicks the Switch's butt. So if the Switch didn't have its exclusives, it'd be done. And I'm worried that now that Sony's going to kind of go down that path, and you're really only going to have Xbox kind of reigning supreme. But the thing is, the console wars are still strong. There'll probably still be enough fanboys to still keep Sony alive.
Oh, I just realized I'm wearing a PlayStation shirt. That was not planned at all.
Yeah, so you can tell what side we're on.
I was like, well, yeah, we've been.
I'm wearing the Sony colors.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that. Yeah.
Oh, man, this is an awkward situation.
Yeah, so, I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, I just don't want Sony to fall behind. In terms of exclusive, they'll have Call of Duty, but let's be honest, like, the only reason I feel like Call of Duty's winning because Battlefield's just in the water, just like treading.
Yeah.
They're just like there at this point. Because remember, like, I remember when Ghost was coming out, and you had that, oh man, was it Battlefield 5? Battlefield 4?
I think it was Battlefield 4.
No, Battlefield 4, yeah, because instead of 5, they went for the World War I one, and then they went Battlefield 1, and then I think they did Battlefield 5 for the World War II. I don't know. It's something like that. I don't keep up. Anyways, point being, Battlefield game was coming out. It's whatever was coming around with Ghost. And then I remember everyone being like, oh, look at Call of Duty, you can do destructible environments now. And then they had the little C4 on that little thing, and then it blew up. And then like you have Battlefield with the giant buildings collapsing, being like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
And so like they've always kept it competitive, but now everyone looks at Battlefield and it's like, eh.
Hey, they got weather.
Yeah. The sandstorm. I remember talking a lot of trash on that sandstorm because I was like, that's stupid, the tornado.
that was their selling point. So
No scoreboard.
Yeah.
But you can get the tornado.
You got a tornado, though.
You can't see how many times you died, but you can see the tornado.
It doesn't work, but that tornado sure looks nice.
The UI was too much of a performance issue or something here. Come on. So yeah, but Call of Duty, honestly, because it's like, what other FPS is competing? Halo.
Halo has a chance to redeem itself, especially because Forge came out. I think the only thing coming close to it is like Fortnite and Apex Legends.
Yeah, but
like that's not like an arcade.
Fortnite's not even first person; it's just a shooter.
That's
It's
true.
third person, and then Battle Royale, sure, but not just straight
like,
up multiplayer.
Like 6v6 or whatever.
Yeah,
there's really, I mean, Rainbow Six. What is it? Rainbow Six Siege?
Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege. Come on now.
I don't know, man.
It's
trash. Just kidding.
Doesn't really now. It's like, well, how does it compete, right? Like Call of Duty right now is like the only big name in FPS that has any sliver, minute atom, tiny of like respect in the community. So it's like people playing it. Like
nobody wants to challenge Call of Duty.
Like if Battlefield went exclusive, everyone would be like, "Oh, that's interesting," and then everyone would have walked away.
Yeah, imagine Battlefield was an exclusive to Xbox.
Now, if that happened, like Bad Company 2, that would have been big.
Yeah, that could have changed the Battlefield future, but
yeah, no, just So I think PlayStation has got to catch up. That's it. And then
they have to. They can't let go. Like they.
I think Phil's saying this more just to be like, oh no, we don't care about Call of Duty, so that they don't like get accused of having the whole monopoly thing. Because it's like, well, we're not even in the mobile market, and that's why we're acquiring them.
Well, that's why they're still being investigated, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I just see this as like,
he's like, we're not getting everything.
Yeah, and then so just the Call of Duty is just the main thing, and it's just like,
I don't know. If Sony loses Call of Duty, there's no point in buying a PlayStation.
The only thing that I would really want to see out of this is just have like a cursed version of WoW on Xbox. I just want to see that so that I can see everyone just into the oblivion.
I don't even want that.
I know. I don't want it. I just want to see everyone get pissed that it exists.
Okay, so now that you're mentioning that, there is options in World of Warcraft that kind of like hint or suggest that you can use a controller. So
I already predicted it. I'm gonna call it now.
I don't want that.
WoW is gonna be on console,
unless it's in preparation for that one adventure game thing that they're supposed to make. Remember?
Oh yeah, like that survival game. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably gonna get axed. I don't know. I'm calling it. Like,
no,
they'll come out with Overwatch 3 at that point. Like,
you mean 2.5?
Yeah. 1.5 since the Overwatch 2 is 1.25. And anyway, so we spent enough time on this. That's the last thing we want to talk about before we get into
Harbour. Is that his
Harbor? So, anyways, we'll go into the Marvel section. I think it's time. So, of course, if you're diligent, you'll know that we're not talking about Black Panther 2. Yeah. I think we're just a little burnt on Marvel right now. Yeah. Just in general, superhero movies. Because it's like,
for me, it's just Marvel. I like superhero movies still.
No, because I think like, while Black Adam was better, I was kind of like, I feel like I was more critical. Just because I'm kind of done like with superhero movies for a little bit. Like, it's getting a little like, all right, come on guys, let's try to put a little flavor in there, you know.
You're not wrong. It's
so,
the sad part.
Because we've been taking a dump on pretty much almost every single like comic book thing that comes out.
Pretty much.
Besides Black Adam, but Black Panther 2 came out. I haven't seen a lot of stuff on it. Like,
I checked the reviews before recording, and they're like, of course, 84%, like 90% or whatever.
oh, so what you expect? Like,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
but
people are-
I know our cousin sent me a review from somebody, and they absolutely hated it. So, look, it's a Marvel movie, so you're gonna be biased. You're gonna think it's the greatest movie ever. Of course, there's already articles saying, "Oh, it's the biggest November release ever." Well, no, Sherlock, So
Yeah.
it's like, what are you comparing it to? So I don't know, man. I just don't like Marvel.
So I don't know. I'll probably go watch it like next weekend or
When it's on
something. Yeah, like
Sale, discount, whatever.
yeah, like I'm not really in a rush for it. But we're still gonna give a little update on the news here, and you kind of called it, and you were kind of saying some stuff here, but I'll let you take over that part.
So David Harbour, I don't know how you say it, because he's what's his name in the movie? Whatever. He's gonna be in Thunderbolts or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a, typical wording. It's gonna be a great movie. We have a lot of freedom. Blah 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 blah. Oh, and we also get to drop a bomb on the MCU, which I think I've said I hated because it's like, oh, so now we have to watch it. And I'm gonna make my prediction right now. Somebody's gonna die. If it's some mid-tier character, like not a main hero.
It's me like Black Widow dying, and then everyone's be like, "Oh no, you have to choose between Hawkeye and Black Widow. Who will we
Like
choose?"
if it's not She-Hulk dying, or like Daredevil dying, or I guess Ant-Man maybe, and it's just like some random person is like, well,
they're gonna
how's
kill
this a
off the
bomb?
new Captain America. That's what it's gonna be.
But see, it's like the bomb is supposed to change. Like he even said, the bomb's supposed to change like everything, which is like, I'm pretty sure I heard this before with Black Adam, but it's like,
And I think it's just hype. Like they're like, "Oh, this is gonna be an important movie," and then we go watch it, and it's just like, "Wow."
because he even says it'll be funny, it'll be weird, it'll be action, and then we're also going to drop a bomb, which is cool.
The thing is, like, funny for Marvel's like getting stabbed slowly. It's not a good time.
We're not fans of Marvel funny.
It's fingers screeching on that chalkboard, just like it's just like listen. Thor, Love and Thunder literally had a "he's right behind me, isn't he?" joke. Like unironic, actually. Like it's bad.
What are you talking about, Ricky? That movie was so good.
Just it's cringe. Like I think it's starting to become cringe. Like some of the stuff's just cringe. It's because they try to replicate James Gunn's like humor, and they don't do it well.
They can't.
And then because like that's just his thing,
That's
and then
why you left.
and then turn off the show. Turn it off. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just kind of like I don't know. It's like, oh, it's gonna be funny. It's like, is it though? Is it gonna be funny? Like that's the thing. Like,
why does it need to be funny though? I just can't wrap my hand around
I
anything.
unironically, if Marvel was to make something like completely serious, it would come off funnier than them trying to be funny.
And that movie would probably like tank just because it's not funny.
Yeah.
Watch. It's lost its character. It's lost. It doesn't feel like a Marvel.
Where's the
movie.
Marvel wittiness?
I can already tell IGN is gonna give it like a 5.
Yeah. So
a bomb, sure, because it's next year. So I don't remember what's coming out next year.
It's gonna come out before Secret Invasion, and then because things got shifted around.
Yeah,
Not sure if you guys remember that. So things are
getting.
getting a little jostled around, restructuring. I don't know. I just kind of like I don't really care for this.
Or like, why are they even talking about it? Ant-Man's not out.
Let me see, because
Ant-Man's in
Ant-Man is coming out. Ant-Man's like in a few months. That's all I know.
Because this one's in July, so it's like right after.
Yeah, so Ant-Man's kind of cutting it off here in this phase. Nothing happened. Nothing matters in the MCU right now. I think that's what it is, because, like, I mean, after No Way Home, like, we were at such, like, a high point, and then just everything just to not matter after that. It's just like, dude, like, what are you giving me here? I mean, like, it's cool. Like, we set up these characters, but, like, where's anything happening? I mean, yeah, we have Kang. They're setting him up, but, like,
too late for me, in my opinion. But
like, by this point, we were already getting into, like, a good amount.
Well, because they introduced him so long ago, and none of these movies had anything to do with, like, the big bad. And it's like all 2 phases later,
The
let's
Celestials, where are they?
Yeah.
There's this big dude sitting in
guys-
the middle of the ocean, literally
Yeah.
in the atmosphere. The dude is like all the way outside. You can see him from space. I mean, I understand, like, oh, it's the MCU, so people are kind of like, oh, yeah, you just see weird stuff every day. But, like, none of the Avengers are like, yo, send, like, a recon mission to kind of be like, what's going on here, folks? Like,
no, that was because I'm saying She-Hulk. Hulk left planet, but that was to pick up his Jersey Shore son. So never mind. Like, where'd he go? There's no way you fly out of this Earth in the Marvel universe and be like, oh, what's that? Oh,
I thought it was going to be like a Planet Hulk kind of thing.
Yeah, but
and then they're just
don't
like,
you think him as an Avenger be like, wait, hold on, reverse this thing?
I mean, but the thing is, it wasn't even funny. Like, when they showed it, like, it was funny because they did a serious design. Like, that was supposed to be his design. And then, like, it was funny because, like, oh, he looks stupid. The reveal wasn't very, like, oh, this is my son. Like, okay, cool. We just, like, skipped over that whole thing. Like, the whole, we're not going to care. We're not going to give him a movie.
Look, Marvel just sucks. That's what we're going to say right now.
Yeah, so it just kind of, everything's just kind of dumb with that stuff. But, I don't know. We'll eventually watch Black Panther. I haven't really been seeing, like, a lot of hype around it, though. Like,
I haven't. It's actually been kind of quiet. I mean, of course, you're going to get your typical, like, retweets or whatever, but, like, I haven't really seen...
Because I feel like the first Black Panther, everyone was like... like, everyone was like...
Well, for obvious reasons, which is understandable.
But yeah, but, like, this is the second follow-up. Like, I think it's because, unfortunately...
He did pass away.
He did pass away.
But see,
so.
even the people that are saying, like, the bad reviews, whatever, it's like, we're not talking about how they did the whole situation, because, like, they did that pretty well, and, like, respectfully, of course. But everything else is just... That's it.
I think the movie would have been better if he never died. So that probably was just it. It's just that they've had to just switch everything around probably. And this is from, like, we haven't seen it. So if there's people complaining about it, it's probably because, like, that's what happened. But I don't know. It's just something that we'll
Convince
get around
us to watch it. How about that?
Yeah. If everyone's like, yeah, no, it really is that good, then yeah, we'll go and watch it.
We hate Marvel's.
We have criticisms for Marvel.
Hey, maybe Ant-Man will be good.
I'm hoping Ant-Man's good. That's what I'm just
hoping.
I like
Ant-Man.
But I don't know. If I hear one more, he's right behind me, isn't he? Like,
you imagine that?
Kid power kind of thing where it's like, yeah, let's rise up against them. I'm 10 years old. And it's like, I didn't like that with Black Adam.
That in general, like anything.
I didn't like that with Black Adam and that. Like, if they would have taken that outside of the movie, the movie would have probably jumped up another another point. Like, it's just like, I mean, yeah, as a kid, I would have been like, yeah. But then, like, as an adult, I'm like, this is cringe.
Kids don't even care about that.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, like, let's be honest. Like, how many kids are actually going and watching these movies now? It's like grown. It's like people in their 20s.
That's terrible to say.
Like, the youngest people are, like, in their 20s, like, late teens, like, just going and watching these movies. Because it's like, it's just, I don't know. We'll end up going for another hour
I was
here.
about to open that
so
can of
let's not open that can of worms. We'll do that for another episode because we'll have to have the cousins over here because that's a discussion that we've talked about a lot.
No, we'll just call it Marvel Hate Party or something.
Yeah, the Marvel Hate Party
It's a joke.
episode.
That was a joke. Don't flag us, YouTube.
Yeah.
My gosh. But do we mention the last thing? Because we didn't talk about Warzone 2 at all.
Oh, yeah. Warzone 2 is coming out like the 16th of November.
Which is actually today, the day of recording.
Yeah, so...
Or if you're listening to this,
it'll be the day that this gets uploaded. So yeah, if you need someone to remind you.
Yeah, and if you guys get the battle pass, explain it to me because I still don't get it.
Dude, I don't even know how to download the Warzone, dude. I was trying
I
was like, where's the button to download this?
It just changed from Warzone or from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 2 /WZ2. So it's like, I guess
I'm like, is it in the game? Like, is it fine? Like, I don't know if it's like, do I already have it downloaded technically? Like, do I have to do a separate?
You can't blame
download?
The UI because it's BattleNet or whatever you got it on. So
yeah, I want that UI fixed now, please.
We'll see it tomorrow or today when you hear this.
In the future, because we're in the past, which makes you the present.
Yep.
I'm just kind of having.
Wow, that my brain just
halted. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed our weird ramblings today, we'd very much appreciate it if you guys left a little like on our video and subscribe to us. We're close to 100 actually, so we very much appreciate it if you just subscribe. You literally, I think like we need like 2-3 more. So yeah, I would very much appreciate it if you guys would subscribe. Yeah. Anyway, so follow us on our social medias. We have Instagram, Twitter, Hover, TikTok, where we post clips and stuff. We are at Path to Pop Culture, pretty much on all of them. So you can find us pretty easily that way. If you're if you're on a podcast listening platform, if you guys, I don't know, there's like 5 stars, thumbs up, heart, however it works on there. If you guys drop a little review, give us a good review, we very much appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's it. Check out the stream. Yeah, we're on Twitch, so twitch.tv/PassThePopCulture.
Correct.
Yeah, so we're still doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
For now.
That's going to change a little bit. So sorry again, but yeah, so 2:00 Pacific Western time. And yeah, I think that's all the announcements. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. We did our little spiel. If you listened this far, thank you. See you guys.
Bye.